Hi everyone. So my phone only works if I hold it the other way around. So hi and thank you for tuning in and grab a cup of tea and let's relax together and talk about COVID. Now I'm very comfortable here in my bed, so I know the lighting might be not be brilliant, but you know what? The lessons I've learned from having COVID is I'm gonna do what's comfortable for myself, and hopefully you will get something out of this because I'm really doing this to share my story. That's the intention, but the intention is also that I hope it will inspire someone out there who has or has had COVID, because there are lessons in everything, every difficulty that we encounter in life. I firmly believe that instead of saying why has this happened to me, I always say, what's the lesson? What's the lesson? So why has this happened and what's the lesson? So I want to give you three things that I learned from having COVID. But let me just explain that when I had COVID, how did I get it? Well, I got it off my husband, who got it off a child, we believe, with COVID. We're both key workers. We've been around COVID patients. We still are. And I'm not surprised that we finally did end up with COVID. So I didn't struggle with cough, but I really had to reach for my breath, and I still am. Not as much as I used to. We're now 3 months post diagnosis. However, fatigue, all my days, I still get quite tired and headachy, and I never struggle with headaches and fatigue. It's much better now, but during the COVID period, which really was not 1 month, I would probably give it 6 weeks, we were really struggling. And personally, me, I was sleeping all the time. I love sleep. I've got a good sleep routine, but I don't sleep more than like 7.5 hours a day. And this was giving me the desire to sleep up to 12, 15 hours a day. So obviously, that's just what it is for me. Those were the symptoms I had. Now, the lessons that I had or I have taken away from having COVID are, the first one is compassion. Gosh, did my heart open for my fellow human beings out there who are really struggling during this time, for humanity. My heart opened so much. And if you are a yogi, if you do yoga, you know there are lots of poses that help you open your heart, and I just felt the heart expand. It really did expand, and it's still expanded, and it's still, I don't know, I just feel more loving and more compassionate towards people who are struggling. And even for those people who are, for those people who are in fear, anger, whatever it is, because of this whole COVID thing, I've got compassion for everyone. For those who are blaming Boris, I've got compassion for everyone, because this is a hard time. So it really opened my heart. And I do believe that difficult things in life, if it doesn't open your heart and you just constrict even more, well, then you probably haven't learned your lesson. So yes, it opened up my heart. So thank you, COVID. Number two, now I'm a doer. I'm a go-getter. And I love what I do. And I'm doing mindfulness is something that I've embarked on this year, and I'm actually now a qualified mindfulness teacher. And I did that for myself, really, first and foremost for myself, but also obviously it helps me to just give people a whole different way to look after their health, because it is really mind, body, soul. And what COVID taught me really was to put my meditation into practice and stillness into practice, because I couldn't do anything. And it really helped me to slow down and value the slow life. And I must say, even now, I'm just like consciously taking moments out to just be still. I do meditate every day, but stillness and doing nothing and just looking at a tree or at the wall is pure bliss for me. And thank you, COVID. COVID helped me to deepen my practice as a mindfulness teacher, but it doesn't have to be a mindfulness teacher. It can be for any human being. I think COVID has really taught us to be still and be in the present moment, and finally look at yourself in the mirror properly and look at your soul properly, look at yourself properly. And I really got to do that, and I was journaling, and my priorities have changed, and that's because I really slowed down. I had to slow down, and because of that I have a whole different plan for 2021 and moving forward. First of all, I haven't set any goals, which is not like me. Instead, I've set one intention, and I'm just going to take one day at a time and just slow down. So thank you, COVID. Number 2 lesson is to just slow down. Everything will be all right. Number 3 is, and this sounds cliche, but gosh, am I really blessed? Because both my husband and I came out on the other side well. A lot of our friends we know have also struggled with COVID and have come out on the other side well. Some haven't. So we're really, really blessed. And actually, we didn't really struggle last year. We both have our careers, we both have each other, and yes, we haven't had family around, but you know what, it wasn't as bad. And maybe it's because we both have the mindset of looking for, because there are always positive things in life. And please, I know this sounds so cliche and so annoying, especially when you're going through a hard time. The last thing you want to hear is there is always something positive. That's not what I'm not trying to divert the topic. If you are going through a hard time, but hard times are necessary. It can't always be happy days, and we've just come out on the other side. And even in the moment when we had COVID, I just thought, I'm so blessed. I had him next to me. We had each other. And when Sainsbury's turned up with our delivery, I was like, I just wanted to hug the guy, but obviously I couldn't. I was so grateful. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for these workers that have worked their butt off. Yes, key workers, we get the claps and all of that. And, people working in health. But personally, I think those working in the supermarkets deserve a pay rise, first of all, and they deserve all the claps. And poor postman delivering all our Amazon orders. Oh, we're really blessed, and we've come on to the other side healthy, and life is not what it used to be, and it's never going to be normal again. So I don't know what people are on about. We have to, it's crumbling. The old is crumbling and something new is coming. It's a whole transformation, and I'm ready. I'm so excited. There's definitely positive things coming out of this difficulty. So wear your effing mask. That old man in this local supermarket who's wearing his mask could be your dad, and your dad could be fearful, and just out of respect, wear that effing mask. Stop blaming the government and Boris. I'm so I don't understand why we're using our precious energy for that. Use your precious energy on yourself, your family, your inner being, your health. That is more important. Anyway, so compassion, and slow down and count your blessings, because you are so blessed. Bye everyone. Thanks for listening.